What up, Smiley Gamer? Andy plays games. What's up, guys? Hey, welcome to my mid-afternoon stream. I'm gonna start making a Dustin F. How's it going, hippie brother? I like you, man. Thanks. It's going good, dude. It's going good. I'm making a concerted effort now to start streaming in the afternoon as opposed to at 4 in the morning, so that I can get in touch with people that live on this side of the earth. I've been definitely going hard late at night, 11 p.m. and later. But, I hang out during the day and play video games anyway sometimes, so why not share it with the world, right? What's up, Coretian, Polar Bear? Konnichiwa, y'all. How's it going today? It's going great, man. Welcome to the show, guys. I'm about to play Slay the Spire, which you've probably seen before, maybe not. I'm picking up a game where I left off, Hammer Droper. Cool name, man. Is that like Dropper, but with one P? I want to make sure I've got some audio here. This game's got spectacular music. Let me know about the audio. Hopefully everything's balanced. And Fembot Former says, fuck Coinbase. I don't know. Fuck Coinbase in general, yeah. They're severely overloaded. I'm still waiting to hear back from Coinbase customer support. I was actually thinking about that about 20 minutes ago before I logged into the stream. Funny you should mention Coinbase. What's up, guys? Renaissance Low. We got Beta Bruce in the house. Alpha Zero Orange. Bear with me, boy. I have smoked DMT. It's a very poignant question these days. But when I smoked it, I didn't hold it in like they told me to. I just puffed on it. I would like to go deep. I would like to go very deep. How about you, Bear with me, boy? You ever smoked DMT? You guys like DMT? DMT in the house? Dimethyltryptamine? What's up, the busy simmer? Welcome to the show, guys. I got a bunch of you guys through Twitch, a bunch of you guys through YouTube. This is pretty awesome. Adam Krigler in the house. What's up, Adam? Arkstar. Hi from Poland. Dude, what's up, man? What time is it in Poland? It's great to see you. Great to hear from you. Oh, Adam heard me speaking, so he knows I'm live. We basically vibrate each other's houses when we talk. I'm above their house. They're below my house. Heroic Trash Can, Skodos. What's going on, guys? Yeah, Adam, I was just telling everyone I'm making a concerted effort to start streaming in the afternoon to get kind of a more consistent show, like a Monday through Friday show, maybe 2 p.m. to 4 p.m., thereabouts. Yeah, it'll be very fun. It'll be very relaxed. I was trying to encourage Adam to do the same, but he does a lot of research before his show. So it's going to take a little bit of effort to drag him into it, I'm sure. What's up, Devin WC? Acidic Karshi. Acidic Archie, I got it. Oh, and Betsy. What up, Betsy? Welcome to the stream. Hi, Betsy. Jay to Dope. What's up, brother? Russell Uden. Oh, it's Uden, I'm sure. I have sipped on ayahuasca, Russell. It was awesome. I was in South America and Peru helping my friend Zena Radner clean the plastic out of the Amazon. She went down there to Iquitos in northeastern Peru and noticed that every year the river would rise in Belén, which is this part of Iquitos. Iquitos is like the largest city in Peru right before you hit the jungle. And it's this big kind of tourist city. You got to get there by boat or by airplane. And she noticed every year this area of the city was kind of like just not taken care of by the government, and the river would rise every year. And these people didn't have any like sanitation or education or government assistance, so they would just like shit in the river and throw their trash in the river. They'd drink river water, they'd bathe in it, they were getting sick. And the river would rise and then take all this plastic trash out down the Amazon, the entire river into the Amazon, and then, of course, from the Amazon into the ocean. And she was devastated, so she rallied the community to start cleaning the trash out of the river. And I saw her doing that and decided I wanted to go help. So I went down to Peru for a few months. And while I was down there, we did a little ayahuasca. Well, she was involved with ayahuasca ceremonies and shaman that made this stuff, so I had a bottle of it and was sipping on it. And I got the DMT. I started to get just after a few sips. It was like really, really like pungent grass is what it tasted like. You know, grass is bitter if you like chew on a blade of grass. It tasted like that, and it was like really kind of sour. And I was just kind of sipping on it and letting it dissolve into my tongue and my throat. And I started to get a really nice DMT rush. That was awesome. But I've never done the ceremony, the ayahuasca ceremony. I hear those are incredible. Like, I know a guy that did the ayahuasca ceremony and he said that it took over I don't know what it was, 12 hours or 24 hours of ceremony that they were doing. He said he had like a lifetime. He experienced a lifetime where he had children that he knew and a wife. And when he came back, it was like, it was like a memory. It was just that's incredible. What's up, Riku Hera? Polar Bear. Who's that? Shadowy Cross 22. What's up, dude? I like you guys. I don't know. What about you guys? You guys ever take ayahuasca? I hear phenomenal things about ayahuasca. Chad Burkholder in the house. Morning Glory Seeds. No, are those psychoactive? Dr. Sim 1. You love your guys' show last night. I watch you every day. Dude, Luke Rutkowski's the man. I love it when he just tears into it. If you guys have never seen any of Luke's older content on YouTube, he's been doing this for over a decade. I mean, 15 years probably. He's been an activist for not World War II survivors, but 9/11 survivors and families of 9/11 victims and things. And there's just amazing footage of him railing on the system and like speaking truth to people on the internet on YouTube. He's great. It's really, sometimes I forget that, dude, it's fucking Luke Rutkowski sitting across from me. And last night he went on a badass tear. It was pretty fun to witness. The Dr. Bonsai in the house. Tape Gun 69. Yo, Ian, what do you think about reincarnation? Good question. Wow. I think that the energy that's fluxing around us and through us is prevalent. And whether our bodies die or live, there's still energy flowing through us and them. And I think that there's some sort of magnetic activity that's drawing energy into our bodies, like our neurons. So maybe when our bodies die, the neurons don't draw the energy into it as readily. But that energy is like released and then will recalculate and probably animate or involve itself with other organisms. And so there's probably something to like patterns, like our energy fields are drawn to certain patterns, and that's why we inhabit the bodies that we're in. And maybe after these bodies are gone, we will choose if there is such thing as free will. And when you watch plasma clouds move around, and like if you look at the image of the plasmon, Plasmon, it looks like kind of like an organism, like a living jellyfish. Well, it's a part of the magnetic field of an organism, like the magnetic field of the Earth when the sun's radiation is hitting it kind of looks like a jellyfish. So maybe that has these electromagnetic fields have some sort of intelligence and we choose our bodies. It's possible. And I wouldn't even be surprised if it turned out to be the case. So I think for sure, well, not for sure, but I think that it's definitely I don't see saying likely or like probable is kind of not the right way to phrase it yet, because I don't have any facts to back it up, but it seems like I wouldn't be surprised if reincarnation was real. And we're like, I don't know, you ever have like that kinship feeling to old dead people? Like John Lennon, I feel a very Martin Luther, I don't know. What do you think about reincarnation? You think it's real? J2 Dope said, what can you tell us about the Clockwork Elves? I've never seen the Clockwork Elves, but I kind of get it. See, Mike Malice was explaining Clockwork Elves by saying that it's like these bouncing coils. Like if you ever look at a slinky and it's like their heads are bouncing up and down and their arms are bouncing in and out. And I think that's like anthropomorphism, where we like attribute human characteristics to non-human things. And maybe that there's just a field of like vibrating energy, like bouncing energy that we will kind of give it like a humanish shit like perception or something, but I don't think it has to be human. I don't think. What do you think? I'm bringing you guys into this one with me. Inside of the Ages, what's up, dude? Primal Mystery, MRE. Is that your name? Primal Mr. E? Tell me it's Primal Mystery, dude. That's a cool name. Roy Jacobs, mate. Love what you say and your balanced opinions. Thanks, dude. Man, thank you. Yeah, keeping it balanced is key in this day and age with all this craziness going on. I mean, it's probably always been crazy, but trying to see multiple sides of a situation can really help de-escalate tension. I've noticed that. You know what I'm saying? Hendrix. Chris Learwill, what's up, bro? Or girl. I mean, I don't know. Doesn't really matter, does it? We're just all human, right? Brett Ain't Dead's in the house. Antimony Cup and Rabby Dangerous. What's up, homies? Zolo7171. Hello, Sage. What's up, Sage? Ian, we got R3X87's down with the sickness. This is Slay the Spire. Someone asked earlier. This is a turn-based strategy game in the guise of a card game, where you start off with a set of cards, and then as you go on, you fight battles and get new cards that give you new abilities within the battles. And it's one of the best turn-based strategy games in the world right now, in my opinion. And that's saying a lot, because I'm a aficionado of turn-based strategy games, and this is definitely in probably my top 5 at the moment. I want to say XCOM's in there, but there's like XCOM from 1991. XCOM UFO Defense, which is just the OG Madness turn-based, isometric turn-based tactics game. And then there's like XCOM Terror from the Deep, which is just like a blue reskin of UFO Madness. Then there's the new XCOM, which is XCOM, I don't know. Those were okay. I like the XCOM Long War. All right, guys, I want to show you a little bit about this, and I'll see if I can get some of your chats, because I am reading them as we go. Oh, bear with me. Boy asked if I played Magic the Gathering Arena. I actually have a Magic the Gathering Arena account, but I haven't been playing it lately. Tim and Adam and I play Magic from time to time, but we haven't played lately. Pardon me. I'm a big fan of blue. Like, I think of myself personally as a white mage, just because I like divine holy power, but I can appreciate the twisting nether of blue magic. Being able to subvert your enemy before they even begin is like, it's almost as good as healing. Like, if you can prevent damage, it's almost as good as healing damage. And in a way, it's better, because it never happens, and you don't have to suffer. And blue magic can really stifle. Dude, Pierre Laberge, Fallout 1 and 2. Hell yeah, dude. Fallout. See, I played Fallout 2 first, and then I got into Fallout 1. But I mean, when you accidentally get dipped, when you suffer that fate and you get dipped into that green slime and get turned into a supermutant, I mean, good God, it's terrifying. Did you guys ever read Choose Your Own Adventure books? I used to read those as a kid, and I'd like keep my finger on the page when I'd look to see like where that led, and then I'd go back, and then I'd go to the other page and see where that led, and then go back, and like I'd read every possible path, and then I'd pick the one that, you know, took you to not death, basically. And there was this other awesome Choose Your Own Adventure book called Grail Quest. Tell me that somebody here has read Grail Quest. You play as this guy Pip in like the Middle Ages, and you have Excalibur Jr. as your sword that can talk to you. And it's like a game where you roll dice as you play. It'll be like, roll 2d6 to do this and that. And I would never roll the dice. I would just, whenever I got into like a dice situation, I would just read it as if I won the dice. And I would read these awesome. And like Merlin would come and talk to Pip. He'd talk to you and like give you advice, and kind of he'd appear throughout the adventures. Adam Hancock, try playing Zill, text-based only RPG. That sounds cool. I used to play a lot of Zork when I was like a kid. Like 8 or 9 or something on the Commodore 64. That was a lot of fun. The Door's Ajar, you know. Shout out to any Zork players out there. We got Spooner Love in the house. What's up, dude? Abezegd. I think I said that right. Ian, I love you, man. You're truly a unique thinker, and I appreciate you a lot. Kind regards from the Netherlands. Holy hell, did I already read that? What's up, dude? Well, hello from the Netherlands. What time is it there for you right now? This must be on the other side of the... like late at night, right? It's mid-afternoon here. Doug 96, what up, homie? Andy plays games. Ian, were you into Sierra games as a kid? Quest for Glory. Yeah, I loved King's Quest, Police Quest, Space Quest. I played King's Quest more. I didn't have a computer that could run the games, so I'd have to go over to my friend Paul Appleby's house or like Robbie's house and kind of watch them play. Like Paul had Police Quest, but I really liked King's Quest. Like I liked the scenery and like the talking clam, and I like fantasy realm. It's like, I guess if I had to pick like a fantasy genre, sci-fi, magic, low magic. I tend towards like the Middle Ages fantasy magic realm. Yeah, as opposed to sci-fi. Like, you ever play Warhammer? Like, I like StarCraft, but I love Warcraft. I just like fireballs and magic and stuff for some reason. Panda Stud. Cherokee Butters. Cherokee Butters, it's going to be a surprise, as always. As always, I can't sell out my team like that. You know that. But I do believe there is a guest, yes, and I know who it is, and I'm not going to tell you. You're going to find out. It's going to be good. N-Pen. Ian the White Mage Crossland. Choosing the adventure of freeing my tits, baby. You're glad that this isn't for kids, this stream, because I will read a lot of words, and I am not ashamed to do that. Indie Prime. Ian, I know you prescribe to universal energy theory. Look into microtubules as quantum information storage devices and neurons by Roger Penrose and Stuart Hammerhoff. They have presentations on YouTube. Here's an introduction. You have the time, then there's the link. Microtubules as quantum information storage devices. That's interesting. Like graphene. I know you can take graphene and roll it into like microtubes and then send and store buckyballs, which you could pack with. A buckyball is like carbon-60, and it's like a ball of carbon, and you can put things inside of it and then deliver them through these tubes, these nanotubes. But no, I haven't looked into this Hammerhoff and Penrose. I like Hammerhoff a lot. That's a cool thing. Universal energy theory, microtubules as quantum information storage devices. Digging it. In neurons. Wow, that's pretty awesome. Coretian shouting out Warcraft 2 is the best. I used to play that on the PlayStation. Oh, dude, Chris, I got to read this out. Chris Lurwill, what's up, by the way, says, you say Baldur's Gate, but you spelled it Boulder. It's actually Balder, B-A-L-D-E-R. That's a city on the Sword Coast in Faerun, which is part of the one of the Dungeons and Dragons worlds, the Forgotten Realms. Baldur's Gate is a huge city on the west coast of Faerun, I believe. And correct me if I'm wrong. I think Faerun's the continent. Yes, I played Baldur's Gate. I played Baldur's Gate in, I don't know, when was it out? 98, 99, something like that. And it altered my reality. It was so good. And I only got to play it at my friend's house because I didn't have a computer that could run it. And then when Baldur's Gate 2 came out, I did have a machine that could run it. And I got Baldur's Gate 2 and beat it. And then I played it again and beat it again. And then the expansion came out, so I played it again. And instead of playing with 6 characters, I would make one guy, and I'd make him a fighter mage thief. And I knew the game so well that I would just go to get like the Ring of Gix that gives you regeneration. I get all the little like statues that can let you summon stuff, so that if you have to fight a demi-lich that it will kill you in one hit, you send the summoned dog in first, and it will kill the dog. And I would use Cloud Kill, like wands of Cloud Kill, to like if a lich is off screen, because you kind of cheese the system in Baldur's Gate. If an enemy was slightly out of the fog of war, you hit it with a Cloud Kill, and it'll start doing damage over time to it, and it won't like come after you because it's out of the fog of war. It won't like see you're there, and then you can just hit it for like 6, or you hit it for 1, and you just sit there and wait, and you can kill like dragons that way. So I would cheese the game and just beat it that way. That was a lot of fun. I love that game. I'm so excited for Baldur's Gate 3. Yes, Angleby, Adam is raising money so Eliza can get her own podcast. It's at 42%. That is awesome news. If you can help, if you guys want to help Eliza, her campaign is to get equipment so that she can start her podcast, and she is, as Adam is helping, she's 42% of the way. And then Angleby gives the link It is. Let me. You know what? I'm going to copy that link and post it again because I love Eliza. I love what she's doing, and I support Adam in his endeavor to help her get funded to get this thing off the ground. So there's the link. I posted it in Twitch chat. So if you guys are on YouTube, sorry. It's givesendgo.com/ElizaCast. ELIZACAST. And you can donate there and help Eliza get going because she is hot. And I don't mean that in a sexual way. I mean that she is the talk of the town, and what she's doing, she's raising money to start a podcast, talk about people that have survived sexual assault or human trafficking, of which she has firsthand experience with. And I think it's great because it's one of the most devastating and dangerous businesses in the planet, human trafficking. So to bring light to that in a positive way from people that have experienced it is so important. Pierre LeBurge, see ya later. Switch to Twitch. Okay, I see what you're saying. Indie Prime, you're writing your thesis on the topic of human trafficking. Interesting, if that's what you're saying. That makes sense. Gina Greathouse, Silent Steel. What's up, Gina? I actually alt-tabbed out of the game. Here we're back. And I saw... Who else was here? Thronus. Thronus! Sweet name. Yeah, my favorite King's Quest game was... I don't remember which one, King's Quest 2 maybe. It was the one where you go down to the beach and there's like a clam that talks to you and he has a pearl in his mouth and you have to like grab the pearl out of his mouth and he keeps like yawning. You like and you put him to sleep or something and you got to get it before he snaps on your hand. Do you remember that one? That one was pretty good. Yeah, Chris Lurwill asked if I played any White Wolf games such as Vampire the Masquerade. White Wolf is another tabletop role-playing game company like Wizards of the Coast or the people that are doing Dungeons and Dragons. Wizards didn't found them, but they own Dungeons and Dragons now. White Wolf is based on D10 instead of D20s, and I played a lot of Aberrant, which is awesome. It's a superhero role-playing game. I played as this like Wolverine type guy, this like regeneration guy that could like take a lot of hits, and he had like really sharp claws. I mean, I basically made Wolverine. It was pretty funny. I think he could jump really far, and got the hell beat out of me and thrown off buildings, and somehow could survive. You know, getting smashed under rubble and stuff. And I also played. We started a werewolf campaign, last year with my buddy Aaron Neff, but I left town before the campaign really got going. So I made my guy. He was like a spirit talker, and but I never even played the first campaign. But werewolf. Shout out to Aberrant and White Wolf games in general. Oh, Thronus, it's King's Quest 6. Thank you. Oh, Panda Stud, you want to give bits? Get that affiliate soon, dude. I'm 1 day away, man. So this is my day. I think this is my 6th of 7 days that I need to accomplish the road to affiliate. So after tomorrow, assuming I Twitch tomorrow, which I plan on doing, I will be a Twitch affiliate. And then I'm going to pump the hell out of this and get more viewers. So once I get an average of 75 viewers, and I think it's like at 45 right now, so I'm going to have to really push it. I'll be a partner, and then we can do more cool shit. But once I'm affiliate, so after tomorrow we'll have like funny emotes and bits and all that. I'm really looking forward to it. Hello, Lol Falcon. What's up, dude? Obel Watch in the house as well. Hello, Obel Watch. Ian, I just joined the stream. This game was cool. I'm doing some D&D world building since you mentioned RPGs. Interesting. So what's your world like? I'm a big fan of world building. I always like to make magic, not always, but one of my favorite things in like a D&D campaign is to make magic like rare or illegal. But that's because I played I think it's because of my obsession with Baldur's Gate. And if you play Baldur's Gate 2, you know the Mages Guild is like, you need a license to cast magic. And so if you're caught casting magic, they'll come and they'll like teleport in and arrest you. But if you have money, you buy a license, kind of like having a machine gun. Bashinks, what's up? I don't know if you will have it tomorrow. It takes a bit to achieve sometimes. Can't wait to throw bits your way up. Thanks, man. And hopefully I will. We'll find out. Angleby asked if I'm going to play Call of Duty tonight, if Adam and Ferk play. I don't know yet, but I did want to play last night. I was just so tired. We just got a developer who came and moved into the house, Andreas Nicholas at Xirtus, Xirtus. He's like a graphene scientist and a website developer. Very smart guy, and he is working with our other developer, Ben Townsend, and they fixed basically most of the support emails through timcast.com, and now we were conceptualizing last night. We had a big meeting, the three of us, to talk about what we're going to do with the website, how we're going to upgrade it, some of the changes we're going to make. You know, one of the things we want to do is make it so people can change their usernames, and so that ended up taking up like an hour of my time, and then I had a beer while we were talking, and by the time we were done, I was exhausted, and my eyes were like fading. So I ate some food, woke myself up, and then went back to bed. Long story short, maybe I would love to play Call of Duty, and Adam has it going through his computer now, so it's not going to be all laggy like last time, audio wise, I think. The Dr. Bonsai says, me and two of my buddies have been developing a tabletop RPG inspired by elements from the White Wolf system, which I've never heard of. Elements, that's cool. Or elements from the White Wolf system, I see. It's a pulp action space post-apocalyptic sci-fi tabletop RPG. We're aiming for simplicity and fun. That sounds very cool. You going to give the weapons, like, the items themselves stats? But you want to keep it simple. I see what you mean. Board Observer 138. Video and audio not working for anyone else? Uh-oh, I hope so. But let me know. Mixixoplix. I'm going to get your name right on the first try from now on, dude, because that's a cool name. Good to see you, man. Chad Burkholder, hello. Hello. You want a 52-volt graphene battery for your e-bikes? Tim actually got us a bunch of graphene batteries. That was pretty cool. And we got Slenderman YT. What was the name of my graphing guy? His name's Andreas Nicholas. His Twitter name is Xirtus, which is at Xirtus. He also has a YouTube channel, Xirtus, Xirtus, where he talks about ancient technologies like Tartaria, which is this ancient society that the Tartans were like the barbars, and they called them the Tartars, which meant foreigner, and they were like this loosely affiliated group of people in Asia that's like thousands of years old, and that there's kind of a working theory that at some point the Mongols or like the Huns or the Russians or some people just like decimated this culture, or in conjunction with like mud floods that have covered up ancient cultures, and that they've kind of erased their history, but that also this culture had kind of permeated the globe. And I don't know, for all we know, that they could be super ancient. We don't know. And he's gone and created like he kind of works in like fantasy with history, and like he talks about all these possible technologies and real technologies like star forts and bastion forts and things. Very fun YouTube channel. So I would suggest checking out at Xirtus on YouTube. He's also a great editor, so he makes really powerfully edited art. We're working with AI. He's working with an AI program right now where he has like animation. Actually, it might not be actually technically AI, but it's like animation where we can talk, and the cartoons, like the voices, the mouths will work with our voices. So we'll probably end up. He actually wants to record a cartoon at some point today. We got Code Red. Ian Crossland yelling on YouTube since 07. It's 06, actually, Code Red, just in case you didn't know. Thank you very much. And that would be from the CrossMac channel. Love the synergy on IRL. Keep up the fun times, mate. You know I will, dude. Yeah, I have my YouTube channel. This YouTube channel that you're watching it on right now is called Ian Crossland, which I made but my first channel was called CrossMac, CrossMack. I started it in like June of 2006. And at the time, you couldn't change your YouTube username. So everywhere I went, it would always say CrossMac, and people were calling me CrossMac. And I was like, my name's Ian. You guys just call me Ian. Just call me Ian Crossland. Hey. And they were like, okay, cool, CrossMac, I will. Thanks. And it was like, hey, CrossMac's here. And I was like, I have to make a new YouTube channel just so I can fix my name. So I made a new YouTube channel. I gave up like my 5,000 subscriber channel. It was really awkward. And then YouTube was like, oh, yeah, you can change your username now. So I came in a little early, before things were monetizable. I was still working a job as a waiter that I hated, but it was like I just wanted to make the videos. So check out the CrossMac channel. I mean, that's where I had that youthful obsession with communicating with people. Really came from the CrossMac days. I still use CrossMac as like a gamer tag sometimes. Zombie 932212, how you doing? Pretty good, man. I freaking love this game. A lot of times I'll log on to stream because I want a game, and then I end up talking to you guys, and I realize, I mean, the game's kind of like an excuse, The chat is where it's at. Like, even just, it's so funny because before I started doing the show with Adam and with Tim, the shows, I should say, because we're doing Adamcast a little bit too. I would come on and I'd be like, I'm going to be a Twitch gamer, and I'd get on and there would be no one. And I'd make like a YouTube, I'd try and like nothing. And it would be so kind of boring. I'd be like, why am I Twitch streaming when no one's here? But once it gets going and there's like people here, and then you guys talk to each other as well, which is awesome when there's like all this conversation flying around. And that's what it's all about. Communication, and the fact that you can make a fucking living doing it. Oh my God, we should all be doing this. Talk about as reality gets as jobs get automated away. You can't automate. Well, you might be able to automate creativity, but the human spirit, creative spirit, is tough to replicate. AI's okay at it. Ruby Rabbit. I forgot YouTube was synced to Gmail. Now all my kids' teachers know me as this username, Ruby Rabbit. That's funny. Yeah, when the schools get involved, it's real. Indie Prime. Don't mean to spam. You just really think I'll fall in love with his work like I did. You're talking about subject of consciousness. Oh, Stuart Hammerhoff. Okay. No, hey, make the point, Just keep at it. But I appreciate your desire not to spam. That's very cognizant of you. But Stuart Hammerhoff. Much love for Stuart Hammerhoff. Hey guys, I'm gonna play a few rounds of. Hey, what's up, Dom Turf? How you doing, man? I'm gonna play a few rounds of Slay the Spire. Hey, and by the way, if you guys have ever played Slay the Spire and you have advice, I'm more than happy to receive it because I'm on the road to Ascension 20, and as you can see, I'm on Ascension 9. This is what happens. So you start off the game, you're just playing it at Ascension 0. Every time you beat the game, it unlocks the next level of Ascension, of which there are 20. As you can see, I've unlocked up to 9, and at this level, bosses are tougher. What I found about the game is if you get the right deck, you can annihilate it. So it's like if you do it right, it doesn't matter what level of Ascension you're on. You're going to annihilate it. It's just about doing it right and being aware of what you have. Like I've got this. Fission's really good. Defrag's amazing. This is one of the best cards for I'm playing as the, they call him the Defect is the name of this character. And the Defrag's really good because it empowers. So the Defect gets orbs. This is a lightning orb at the end of the turn. Deals 5 damage to a random enemy. So it basically does, as the default for lightning, it does 3. And then if you evoke it, it does 8. But I've got the focus increase. Increases the effectiveness of orbs by 2. And that's because I play the Defrag. This gives you focus. So Defragment, which is upgraded, that's why it's green. I upgraded it. It gave 1 focus, now it gives 2. Will improve the power of the orbs that I use. And I like the orb build with him. I mean, you really gotta lean into orbs. That's his strength, is he can create up to 3 orbs. So they have a passive ability that trigger at the end of the turn. And then if you have 3 orbs and you make a 4th orb, this orb gets pushed out and becomes evoked, and it'll do its evoke thing and disappear. So I'm going to slay this guy. You'll see now they're going to do 5 and 5 at the end of the turn and kill this thing. So that's the lightning here is very offensive. He can also get frost. I've got already a ball lightning. It creates lightning. This will evoke the orb twice, and then it'll dissipate. Creates lightning. I've got a lot of lightning. I don't have any frost yet. Frost is the defense. So I'm really looking for frost. And I think I'm going to skip this shit because it's not very, not really necessary. I have a tendency to go for campfires to rest and upgrade. I think it's the right move. Going damage, man. What's up, Dom Tough? Slenderman YT. Why does the guy on the left have no pants? You must be talking about the defect. Because he's a robot. Robots need no clothes. Where am I at? So I can take an elite fight. I'm not going to take an elite fight. See, the thing about elites, they're hard, but if you kill them, you get a relic. And relics are really good. If you don't fight elites early, if you don't fight elites, like if your deck's not good enough or if you're not smart enough to take the elite fight, you don't have enough relics. If you don't have enough relics, the game becomes more challenging. You might not win because a relic can swing the entire game for you. Oh, by the way, Bashink says, by the way, once you get affiliate partner, I would not stream on YouTube while being live on Twitch. Could get you into trouble. Tell me more. I'm interested in that. I was actually thinking about not streaming on YouTube and only streaming on Twitch and then clipping and posting links to YouTube because I think it might be a little more consumable for the YouTube audience. You know, it's kind of nice that everyone here is there's a lot of people here from YouTube. And so I'm, you know, being able to kind of branch out and interact with more people. But send me some more info on that about not streaming to multiple platforms is maybe it violates terms or something of being an affiliate partner. But you said could get you into trouble, so I want to hear more about that. We got Devin Stevens wants to know, Mr. Crossland, when are we going to duke it out in HOTS again? I'd love to have a conversation where we're rocking. Yeah, that was really fun, man. We should do that again. I really only play late night, although now that we know each other, maybe we play in the afternoon sometimes. Zach is in California time, so he usually doesn't get going until like 10 o'clock Eastern. But, you know, when I go live at night, if we're playing Heroes of the Storm, just hit me up because that was awesome. What do we got? Daki Makura. D-Live. Go D-Live. Is that right? Donnie's Garage? Twitch partner says no to YouTube. Well, sad face, but I take your advice, and I will definitely look into that. So I'll be an affiliate first. And Twitch partner says no to it. I think I can understand that. I mean, it's a little strange. I don't like what are they called? Exclusive contracts. In fact, I don't take exclusive contracts, but if Twitch is going to make me do exclusive partner, they might lose my service if they do that. But I'll look into it. I'm going to have to pick a platform maybe. I kind of like the Twitch. I like how Twitch is super integrated. Like all the cool things you can do on Twitch. And I already have a YouTube channel. Okay, thanks. I'm going to think about it. Slam 101. What's up, dude? Zerg Rush Sad Face. Sounds like a StarCraft reference. What's up, dude? And we got Damon Cord. Go with the hours. Got to get the hours and viewership up for partner affiliate. Yeah, I do. And that's kind of, it's like a mixed bag because I was like the other night we played Heroes of the Storm for like 4 hours at like 5 in the morning. So I had like not as many people on as like as like well publicized, organized, you know, hour that I could do to get everyone there at once. So it's much easier, I think, to hit partner when you're like, hey, everyone, hit me up at 2 p.m. Eastern every day. I'll be here for 2 hours. And then I call that out on the show every night, 2 p.m. Eastern every day on Twitch, and which I think I'm going to be doing. I think I'll be able to like double. It'll be way easier to grow the audience that way as opposed to just getting on. But I still play all day. You know, that's hyperbole. I play a lot of the day, and I want to stream it. So I might just take the hit, and if people aren't on and I'm not a partner, and it makes it longer to become partner because only, you know, maybe it's worth it because I'm not gonna like not stream just because I want to make some money off. I'm not in a rush to make money off it, I guess is my point. I'm really enjoying just the interaction. David Cord, your all-time high was 3 people. Shout out to those 3 people, dude. Every person counts in a big way, too. Yeah, isn't it funny? And one of the funny things about when you become a streamer or when you're streaming online is like, you'll be like, nobody, no one will contact you. No one will contact you. You barely hear from anyone. Then all of a sudden, you get notoriety or something, or it starts flowing, and all these people contact you, and you're like, I can't handle it. Like, for the last 5 years, I was kind of under the radar, just working like behind the scenes, and I wasn't getting messages from anyone, and almost to the point of like, it was kind of sad. Like, I like when people send me messages, and they're like, hey, I love your work, or hey, you ever smoke DMT or whatever. And now that I'm on Timcast, there's so many, I get so many messages, I just can't respond, physically impossible to respond to like 50 messages a day. I mean, I could, but it's then that my day becomes about responding to messages as opposed to doing what I love to do, which is gaming and making movies and stuff. It's funny how that works, that you'll have like nothing, and when it rains, it pours. But odd nature of like, I don't know, it's not just fame. It's like, it's not just the technology of the internet and like in TV and radio, which is really like exemplified that thing where you can reach masses of people, mass media. Before that, you would still have people like standing in front of a crowd. I would imagine, I was thinking of like tribal leaders, like, and when you become the tribal leader, you have all these people knocking at your door and like wanting to talk to the leader of the tribe. So then the guy's like, my whole day becomes, and the king would have to take court where he'd sit in his throne and people would just walk in and say their problems, and you have to make a decision, and then they'd leave, and the next person would come in and he's like holding court. I love it. Slender Man. We say, now that Tim slowly morphs into Alex Jones, hell yes. You make a great counterweight. Good. I always knew that I'd be friends with Alex from back in the day when I would watch his stuff. Because like when I did it, I was a crazy YouTuber in 2006, so I understand being a crazy YouTuber, and it's easier to work with crazy YouTubers because not like negative, just like crazy, like different, but because when you're a YouTuber or when you're like really making a lot of videos and saying what you believe intensely and passionately as you're living, that's what you are, is what you do. When you get done, from my experience, this is what I used to want. When I got done researching and then making a video, I'd like get up and I'd be walking around and I just want to talk to everyone about what I just talked about because I was still thinking about it. So Tim will be making a video, he'll come out and just start telling me about what he's talking about. So I'd go into it because I know like that's what I want. That's what I wanted. Let's make it more. Let's go. Let's engage it. And also, I had a lot of friends from my past would be like, Ian, it's too much. Ian, stop it. Oh, it's so weird. Your new thing is so weird. And these people would like tell me no, and it hindered me. I needed people to tell me yes and to agree with what I was doing and to like push me forward. But I didn't want blind fans that were like zealots. I didn't, so I didn't want yes men. I wanted people that like really believed in what I'm doing. So that with Tim, I really am like engaging what he's doing, but I'm not going to bullshit him. I'm going to push back like a friend, but I'm not going to let my like desire to be a negative Nancy about stuff to like take away from the manic force that drives the creation. And I guess there's a balance to being a friend and a supporter, because sometimes you got to sit in the back seat, but still like be willing to grab the wheel if the situation is needed. It's good to have that experience, to be able to interact with people that are doing it is very cool. And Alex is the same way. I think if I lived in Austin, we'd probably be homies. Donnie's Garage, what's up, dude? Okay, let's see if I can take this boss out. Oh, I don't know if I can take this 11 damage. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah, I will, because the shop's coming up. Yeah, I noticed that Sims for Trump Ethereum just broke all-time high. I looked at it earlier. It was like 1480. I don't know. It's not advice, but I think what I'm going to do is watch it go up to 2200 and then sell a bunch of it. And then when it drops back down, buy a bunch back up. I don't know. I'm so tired of sitting on it, watching it go way up, and then sitting on it and watching it drop back down, and then sitting on it. Like, but then day trading can get kind of exhausting too, and like you can just put it away and let it ride for the long run. But it's nice when you grab a day trade and make 30% of your income, like you'll have all of your money, and you move it for a day or two, and then you move it back, and all of a sudden you have 30% more money than you had, and that's quite a feeling. And because it gets bigger faster, 30% of 50,000 is a lot more than 30% of 5,000, and then it gets bigger, faster, and so like if you consistently can take these percentage gains, it's, and it sucks to take a percentage loss, but it's like, fuck it, it's all funny money anyway. I didn't go into it with as much as I have, so I can handle like a 50% loss on my investment right now and still be ahead of where I started. It's incredible. The short-term Dakimura, short-term, yeah, okay. Yeah, I think Ethereum's right. I want to get Vitaly on the show. The Buterin, I think is his name. He's the inventor of Ethereum. I think he'd be a great guest. Let's do this. Gotta rock the slime. Thing just licked me. All right, now I'm gonna split it. Let's do this. Good turn. Here we go. Couple of 22s. Breaking AP news, Jeff Bezos to step down from Amazon. Are you fucking kidding me? Well, that's going to be the topic of the show tonight, if that's real. Hold on, I got to look that up really quick. Yep. Stepping down as a CEO. That's the story. Thanks. I'm going to break this to my friends, and they're all going to think I'm awesome for it. Engleby, I'll give you a shout out. If I forget to give you a shout out, I'm so sorry. I'm going to try and tell everyone that you're the one that told me. Thanks, dude. Thanks for being on the pulse. I'll send it to Tim, too. I try to keep my messages to Tim to a minimum, but sometimes they're just too good not to. Oh, that's hot. Wow. Larry and Sergey stepped down from Google. Now Jeff stepped down. So he's taking an executive chair role. Let me see if I can. Here. This is an odd. Sorry, I got to format this really quick. Bear with me. I wasn't ready for any news. So what do we got here? Can you read that okay? Is that big enough? Hopefully you can read that, yeah. Bezos will step into an executive chair role and will be replaced by Amazon Web Service CEO Andy Jassy, Amazon said. Oh, can you hear me still? Test. Let me know if you can't hear me. I didn't format the sources on here. Okay, good. You can hear me still good. I didn't format the sources on this Streamlabs facade. I don't know what it's called. Facade, something like that. So anyway, crucial quote. If you do it right a few years after a surprising invention, the new thing has become normal. People yawn, Bezos said in a statement. That yawn is the greatest compliment an inventor can receive. When you look at our financial results, what you're actually seeing are the long-run cumulative results of invention. Right now, I see Amazon at its most inventive ever, making it an optimal time for this transition. That's an interesting concept, and I agree with them that when you create something, you want to create it so that it can run without you, and it doesn't really matter who's there, because the thing is so good, so functional that it doesn't need a specific person I agree with Jeff when it comes to that. I'm surprised that he's doing this. What the fuck? The stress maybe is getting to him of like being a target. Like people shit talk this guy nonstop because of the monopoly of Amazon. All right, hold on. I'll pull this stuff off really quick. You can see all my things up there. There we go. There we go. A little privacy for the 1.64 billion. He's worth what the? How is Elon worth more? They say Elon's the richest. No, he's got to be the richest guy on the books. All right, he's worth that $1.64 billion, this guy. And he's now going to be an executive chair. So like the chairman of the board or something. It's big news. I want to have him on the show. Okay, that's going to free him up. Maybe he's just done. He's just time to retire, man. Do something new. I know he likes his Blue Origin thing. Is he still the head of Blue Origin? What if he's just going in full into space now? No, it's Bob Smith. Dude, is Bezos just retiring? You know, I think he's earned it. He worked 15-hour days for like 20 years to get Amazon to where it is now. And if he wants to step down and enjoy the rest of his life, good for him, man. I'm, somewhat concerned. Elon's worth 209 million, or do you mean billion? Billion, yeah. Oh, so I'm glad, dude. Elon's the man. And I know Bezos gets a lot of hate because Amazon's as powerful as it is, but I don't think he's a bad guy. Like, I think there could be a lot of people that could be doing a lot of damage if they were in the position of Bezos, and he's kind of keeping it real. He's a self-made dude. He didn't come from money. I don't think he came from much money at all. He was like a financial guy in his 20s, and then he started Amazon when he was like 29 or 28 or something. 28, and he started that shit as a online book sales. The mounting stress was causing acute hair loss. Is that why he stepped down? That probably makes a lot of sense, actually. Stress can really fuck you up. I also think that when people are like, balding is genetic, I think that actually balding, like, yeah, maybe it's from like your genetics, but if your parents shower with really hot water, the water will burn the hair follicles and thin the hair and strip the oil out of the hair. So you want to use water that's not too hot. And they'll bathe their kids in that same temperature water. So the kid thinks this is the right temperature for a shower. So as the kid grows up, it uses the same super hot water and will fry its follicles. So you'll see like baldness in families from just preferred water temperature. It's just a theory of mine. But I have found that hot water can destroy your hair follicles and strip your hair of oil and make it fall out. So you always want to hit your head with cold water when you're in the shower before you get out, because it'll reseal the hair, the oil on the hair, and add body, and it's good for the scalp. What's up, the Ian? You're streaming today, beauty. I am indeed. Welcome. Thanks for coming. Thanks for joining on Twitch. And of course, guys, if you haven't followed, please follow me on Twitch and YouTube if you're not subscribed yet. And soon I'll be a partner, and then you can subscribe or invite your friends to subscribe, and then I'll be a millionaire. No, just kidding. Then I don't know. I'll be able to build these graphene lasers that I want to build. I won't have to ask Tim for the money. I can just do it. How scientific is that take? That is not scientific, IMO down, but thank you for asking me to clarify. That is purely inductive reasoning. That I would say that's a guess, maybe you could say. Debituary, welcome to the house. Yeah, I think that last bit of cold water definitely helps. Personally, we have Keller Joss saying Freedom Tunes is your favorite. Freedom Tunes? Well, I know that guy. You must mean Seamus Coughlin. Seamus Coughlin's actually here in the house as we speak. Did I say that out loud? Yeah, I was hanging out with Seamus Coughlin last night. Freedom Tunes. Shout out. One of the greatest cartoon artists on the planet. Welcome, Freedom Tunes. I love that guy. He's so funny. I love him so much. He's cool. And Andreas, that guy I was talking about earlier, that graphene scientist who's here working technical design for us, he was like, went to Jesuit school, which is an order of the Catholic Church. And Seamus is very Catholic and devout and like learned in Catholicism. And Andreas is very learned in the Jesuit order. So we were talking last night, and they were talking about the Jesuits and the church, and it was so interesting. I want to do a show just about Catholicism and hear them talk from like the white pope and the black pope, and hear these people like talk about the Benedictines and the the Gregorians and the Jesuits. It was super interesting. M. Garcia 1098. Ian, please talk about the Federal Reserve. You started to get into it last night's show, and then you stopped. Stopped? It was like a question mark, exclamation point. I would love to talk about the Federal Reserve. What do you have in mind? Oh, first of all, I brought up Federal Express last night. They're not called Federal Express anymore. They rebranded in 2000 to FedEx, so they're not called Federal anything. They used to be. Maybe it is illegal to call your company Federal if it's not, but the Federal Reserve is not a federal company. It was created by the federal government, but it's like a ungoverned. I need to put the music through my headphones here. Let me make sure I do that. What would you like to talk about the Federal Reserve? I think I'm okay. I don't need to put it through there right now. Federal Reserve started 1913 with the Federal Reserve Act by a group of businessmen and lawyers. John D. Rockefeller, J.P. Morgan, Paul Warburg, and a few other people whose names I don't have with me at the moment. Woodrow Wilson signed the Federal Reserve Act into law and then immediately regretted it because he realized that he basically sold the country out to a group of bankers. What happened was John Rockefeller was like one of the first, I think he was the first billionaire or something like that. I don't know exactly if that's true, but he was an oil magnate in the late 1800s, and he built the first pipeline through Ohio and started a company called Standard Oil. And the entire country was on Standard Oil. It was the standard. And he was like, I'm making the Standard Oil. And he basically created an oil industry, and it was super, super rich, had all this power. And like Henry Ford was making the cars that ran off the oil, and all of a sudden everyone was buying cars, and they all needed John Rockefeller's oil. And the country was like, the government was like, oh, it's dangerous. It's too dangerous for this one guy to have so much power. We're going to need to break up Standard Oil. So they created these antitrust. What they would do is Standard Oil and Standard Oil Trust, I think is what it was. So they would make these trusts, which are like a type of company that you can have as a trust. So the government was like, we're going to make antitrust law, where you break up a trust. So they went in, they broke up Standard Oil Trust, I think is what it was. Don't quote me on that. In fact, let me know if you know more specifically if that was a trust or not. But they made antitrust laws to break up Standard Oil. They broke it up into like multiple oil companies like Shell. I believe Shell and Exxon was one of them. And a lot of, I think they still exist today, a lot of them. So there's these 6 smaller companies. Rockefeller maintains stock in these new companies, but so he ended up actually becoming even more rich than when he was running Standard Oil, which was a weird part of breaking up the company. And I feel like if we broke up Facebook into like Facebook Prime, Facebook Messenger, Instagram, and all these, Zuckerberg would have stock in all the new ones, and he'd be like Rockefeller, he'd be even more rich than if we didn't. So gotta be careful about breaking companies up. Rockefeller became more rich, more powerful with access to all these new companies, but he was pissed off that the government fucked him like that. And was like, you know what? I'm not going to let the government fuck me again. And hey, J.P. Morgan, you want to get in on this? So they went and they signed up the Federal Reserve. They're like, we're going to take control of the money supply because, yeah, having the oil was great. Having the copper, J.P. Morgan was the copper guy. He had the copper industry, and they were making copper wiring for all this new electricity that they were just inventing. And they were like, having the copper, having the oil, it's great, but we should be controlling the money. The money is the thing we need to control. So they made the Federal Reserve this like private bank that they could take control. So they got the government to say, okay, Federal Reserve, we're going to sign this into order for you. Now we're going to give up our ability to print money. The Congress was like, we're going to give up our ability to print money, but we're going to give you that power. And why they did it, we got to ask G. Edward Griffin, the guy who wrote The Creature from Jekyll Island. They did it on a place called Jekyll Island off the east coast of the United States. Over like Christmas, when a bunch of Congress people were home for the holiday, they went in, they wrote it up, they passed it really quick through Congress. Woodrow Wilson signed it. And so then this bank, this private bank, now all of a sudden had the power to start printing money for the people. And what they would do is they don't print money, they print promissory notes. So if you look at a dollar bill, it actually says Federal Reserve promissory note on it. Look at that. Federal Reserve note, it says at the top of the dollar. It's not a dollar anymore. They gave up. We stopped printing dollars when we created the Federal Reserve. Now we print Federal Reserve notes. So the Federal Reserve would give the government a Federal Reserve promissory note. The government would issue us one of these things, and then with a note that says, Federal Reserve, we promise to pay you back. But not only we promise to pay you back, we promise to pay you back with interest. So we automatically owe them more than they loaned us. It's Congress's job to control the monetary supply. And that if Congress then says as part of their control they're going to give a private organization the power, it's like, yeah, you're allowed. It's your job to control it, meaning you could outsource it. But they fucked it up. They threw us into a Great Depression. They've screwed the system over and over. Quantitative easing is saying they can print as much money as they want. They took us off the gold standard. You can't audit them because there's no government oversight. They put their money through the Bank of International Settlements in Switzerland, which is the mother central bank of all the central banks of the world that are involved in this system. Bank of England, Bank of Australia, New York Federal Reserve, and more. I think the Chinese central bank is involved too. I could be wrong about that. I don't know. And the Bank of International Settlements moves money between the central banks and doesn't have to show its books to any government. So we're being run by this corporatocracy. And that's the Federal Reserve. I've got the book, which I haven't read yet. It's called The Creature. Yeah, I'll get it actually. Give me 1 second. I don't know why I have my headphones on. There's no purpose to have my headphones on right now. This is the book. It's called The Creature from Jekyll Island. It's by G. Edward Griffin, who's a guest I want to have on the show. We've been in contact on Twitter. He's super cool. He's been talking about this stuff since the 60s, exposing the CIA's involvement and things like that. This book is hefty. Let's read a little passage from this really quick. The global chess match between Lincoln on one side. I'm not going to just take you into out of context. Yeah, this is my jam, dude. This explains it all. He went on Glenn Beck and did a great interview. So if you really want to read more from what a quote from Ron Paul, a superb analysis, be prepared for one heck of a journey through time and mind. Ron Paul, member of Congress at the time, House Banking Committee. Dude, what happened to people like Ron Paul? We need more people like Ron Paul in Congress. Oh, yeah, Engelby said, go watch The Men Who Built America. I have seen that. That's incredible. That talks about Vanderbilt and Carnegie and Rockefeller. I think J.P. Morgan, too. Vanderbilt, dude, he was the guy that owned all the railroads in 1850, 60 or something. He was a shipping guy, and then he got into the railroad industry and created the first true monopoly. And he had control of the railroads that were moving stuff into New York City, in and out of New York City, like food and supplies and stuff. And someone pissed him off, and he was like, you know what? I'm not going to ship anything into New York City anymore. You guys can starve. And they realized it's too dangerous to let one person own Amazon. But it was too dangerous to have one person in control of the railroads. Amazon is not the only shipping. It's not Amazon's kind of like a modern day version of this kind of thing, I think. So breaking up the Federal Reserve or breaking up Standard Oil didn't have the effect that they had intended. So when we talk about antitrust when it comes to like Facebook and breaking up these social media companies. This is why I talk about freeing the software code, because if you really want to break up Facebook, if you really want to end their monopoly, you don't want to just break it into a bunch of little Facebooks that Mark owns, because he's going to have total control of all these little ones. And that will just kind of confuse the system. And the technology will still be just as powerful. And so my thought is, what I'm seeing is, if you really want to break up the remove the monopolistic power, is you want to make their software code available for other people to use, so that the functionality can be hoisted by other people. So that if you really don't like Facebook's, behavior, but can acknowledge that the Facebook technology is legit, it's amazing. Twitch, amazing. YouTube's incredible. That's why I'm streaming on them right now. They're solid. They're just amazing. The creator dashboard's insane. The Twitch Prime, the Twitch creator thing is incredible. The analytics, the messaging systems, the subscription services, all the settings and the comments and everything and I know firsthand, working in social media, these things are difficult to build from the ground up. If you don't have access to code, at Minds, we're trying to build a messenger service. So you need an entire development team just focus on Messenger, and you need it for iOS and for Windows and for Linux. And then you need it for every browser on Windows. So you got to make sure it works on Brave, and you got to make sure it works on Chrome, and you got to make sure it works on Firefox and Opera and all these different browsers, and on different operating systems for those browsers. So if it's on iOS, Chrome, iOS, Brave, iOS, and then you want to make an app for it as well. So you have a whole team dedicated to the app. I mean, you have people dedicated just to the making sure that it functions on all these different browsers. Then you got to work on search. Search is so complicated. And Google spent 20 years building search before they bought YouTube. So their search algorithm is incredible. The amount of intricacies and ability to find deep-seated, rooted information. I don't know what their backend's like, because their code is secret, so we don't have access to that stuff necessarily. You have notifications, which is another incredibly complicated thing that you need a team of developers for, to constantly be tweaking, not only building this stuff, but then debugging it once it's built, because you'll constantly have updates to browsers that cause your program to malfunction. So you need someone to go in and look at the new changes to the new systems, so that you constantly are tweaking and changing notifications, and you're constantly messaging and search. And then you've got the actual, the build of the website itself, which is and subscriptions. And then the video server is another entire gigantic thing you need. And so Facebook has all this stuff, and they have got tens of thousands of developers working on it. They're ahead of the game. If anyone else wants to get into it, they've got to start from the ground up. That's the monopoly, in my opinion. Not the amount of people. It's the tech itself. So if you want to free that and give other people the opportunity to build with it, I think that would level the playing field. And they could still have Facebook. Facebook would still be there, and they'd still have all their users in their marketplace and all their ad revenue and stuff. But other people would start to build it too. And then you'd see if your version of Facebook had a better terms and service, other people are going to start going there. And then it will be about who has the best terms of service. And I think that will democratize tech. That's why I say free the code, and buy the t-shirt that says free the code on it. By the way, I have merchandise, personal merchandise. If you go to Ian Crossland, I think it's, let me see what website this is. It's through Streamlabs. Streamlabs offers a merchandise store. Go to store. It's streamlabs.com/Ian Crossland1. I wish I could have gotten Ian Crossland. I couldn't get it though. /merch. I'm going to at some point here, I'm going to put it in the chat. I'm going to at some point build out my website, iancrossland.net, and then have it be the landing page for the website, a merch page or something and integrate my Streamlabs stuff into that. Streamlabs is really amazing tech. What's up, dude? Pretty Poisons. What's up, guys? Yo, you guys, I got this new song called Poison. Pretty Poisons. You made me think of it when you came in here. I'm going to play a little bit of it for you. I think it's really good. It's actually an old song, but I was writing it yesterday. The H. Sphinxes. What's up, dude? It's called Poison. Can you hear that okay? I might have to. I'm going to move the microphone a little so it's a little more balanced, so you can hear the guitar in my voice, and it's not. I'm not blowing you out. This is Poison. I don't. It's not completed yet, so it's close to completed. It's really hot. Pick your poison, there's a reason that you get it out of season. There's a couple of people that hold you ever higher. You can find them, don't be blind, man. They're coming up and talking to you. Don't retract them, give them action, and everyone will tell a story. And all I got is my own shell to pick up a little bit of personal position, man, at everything I think I'm wishing. Fishing and confronting on the sea of imagination. All I can do is throw my line in and wait till the sky stops yelling. Pipe down your mind, no mind. I said I can't fly up to the sky and tell them, hey God, you got my mind. So good. That's a ceremony. Don't try to not pretend you're too created, wrapped up intentionally. Well, guys, I got my mind set. I can't fly to make reality yours. Okay, I'm not gonna put you through more of it. My voice is not warmed up, and it's more intense than that. But that's the gist. Yeah, Dave Grohl's one of my ancestors. Dude, that chorus is so hard. Pipe down your mind, oh mine. I said, I can fly up to the sky and tell them, hey God, you got my friends held intrinsically in some kind of ceremony. Don't try to not pretend you're too created, wrapped up intentionally. Well, guys, I'm getting there. I tend to write songs. Yeah, the power is real. I write songs before I can sing them. This is kind of something I do from time to time. Thank you, Bashinks. The voice wasn't warmed up, but you sing from the core so the throat doesn't stress. That's the key. I would have this tendency to write songs when I was in my 20s that I wasn't able to sing because I ate too much sugar. I couldn't hit the notes, but I knew I wanted to hit the notes, so I'd write it anyway like that, and then I'd sing it in a lower frequency, lower octave. That song's hot. That song's going to be a fucking hit. And then there's another verse, and then the chorus plays out twice, and that's the end of the song. It's pretty. This mic is a Shure SMB7 running through the Euphoria UMC 44 HD sound thing. Thank you, guys. Yeah, Zombie, damn good fucking Poison, dude. I wrote that on Venice Beach. Pick your poison. There's a reason that you get it out of season. I like it. Hey, the Snuff. What's up, dude? Sphinxes. Yeah, and Adam's wife, Nishra, who you probably know if you watch Adamcast, is a music producer. And I got to start jamming with her more. She's like down there jamming right now, probably. She has a studio set up down there where she rocks out. What up, What up, Altoid? Yeah, someone asked about music streams. It's not a bad idea. I like Adam's setup, how he does the show, and then from time to time he'll do a jam session at the end. I am gonna hit the bathroom after that. Clenching my core like that, I'm gonna have to urinate. Yo. Yeah, dude. Me and Adam and Tim should make some more music together. We've been working on stuff. There's just so much going on. I think that's part of what it comes down to. There's a lot going on. And but that's why we got more people coming to produce. And yeah, I do have a song on Spotify, Angle B. I've got a few of them. Find Me, what's on there right now? That one from yesterday that I played, or from a couple days ago. This is a good song. All right. I'm going to play you guys another one. This one's good. This one's online. You can listen to this online. It's called Perfection is a Nuisance. I think this is the right one to play. Let me tune this up really quick. I love this guitar. This thing's been through with me. At Krigler's Pool. That should be the name of the album. That's awesome. That's a good one. What's up, Treadbull? Thank you. Oh, thanks. I think Bashing's placed the link to the Spotify. Thanks, man. There's a few in there. I've got another one that's coming out soon. Thanks for reminding me. I got to upload a graphic so that CD Baby will process the song. In fact, I'll play the one that they're going to process. It's called Frequent Measure. This is one of my favorite songs that I've written. It's really good. So here we go. I will build you a mountain out of your own words. I will build you enough to make you whole. So give me tools and show me where to start. The heart, the brain, is somewhere in between. I love you, babe, but I can't go on. And all this time we spend away, it's torture, though I won't complain. How I see it through the haze, yeah. Phase out, phase in. And you see me standing, learning, dancing, handstands before long. Take a chance and dance and help me save the world. And you see me hanging out around the house, playing this song. Grab an instrument and play along. Oh. Oh, here we go.
And all this time we spent away, this torture, broken hearts complain. How I see you through the rain now. Breathe out, breathe in, and you see me shaking, burning, quaking, grabbing at the reins. That train of thought has left the station, and I wonder where it goes. And you see me making love in danger. I ain't no stranger to love and frequency of love. I will build you a mountain out of your own words. I'll build you enough to make you whole. I will take you someplace I know. I love you, babe, but I gotta go. And I'll let you know that you could make it any day. The sun will rise, so don't delay. Darling, words, they seem so great. Find strength within, and I'll see you wearing, showing, sharing pieces of your art. Get smart, don't pull apart the spaces that you're in between. And I see you standing, looking, caring about me. After all, my trust in you. Oh, I trust in. Oh, here we go, Abby. I trust in you. Oh, yeah, play it, baby. Play it. Oh, God, here we go. I love Eric Clapton. Zerber, sad face, I love you. That song's awesome. Thank you guys. That's called Frequent Measure. That one's not online yet, but it will be too. I got to put a graphic up. That'll be on SoundCloud too. Frequent Measure. It's like measure frequency, but the other way around, you know. You guys, I think that was hot as fuck. Thinking about. Thank you, Russell. Thank you, Russell. Thank you for the donation. I saw somebody bashing. Thanks earlier for that donation, man. I love you very much. I mean, I love you whether you donate or not. I love you, dude. You're awesome. Hello, Scumsy. Scumski. No, I don't have a band name right now. We have a band. Tim and I are working on a project with a potential band name. So that we might start releasing products under that band name. I kind of like the idea of like every song with a different band name, just for fun. Like it's the internet age, you know. The age of albums is kind of done. Not like it's more about singles now, like just putting out song after song after song. Not, you know, kind of interesting times. Times have changed. You guys, YOLO all the way. I love you very much, and I'm about to log out and drink some of this coconut water to soothe the vocal cords. Thank you guys so much for coming. I'm going to do this again tomorrow. I will be here. Let's go ahead and say every day from 2 to 4, 2 to 5, 3 to 5. So check your Twitter. Follow me on Twitter at Ian Crossland. That's where I'm going to tell you when I'm going live. Or just follow me, search for me on Twitch and YouTube. Hit me up on Spotify, iancrossland.net, which is so out of date. It's like old acting pictures of me. But you can buy my book there. The book's called Writing in the Dark. I wrote it while I was in New York and a little crazy. It's very weird. It's more of just like a psychotic manuscript. And I look forward to seeing you guys again. This was really fun. Thank you so much. And Have a wonderful day. And I'll catch you guys tonight on the show, Teamcast IRL. Adamcast will be up at 6:30.